All right. Oh, bearing the lead. What up, what up, what up, guys? Happy December. December 1st.
Somehow
Word.
December again.
We'll wait for some friends to come join, but welcome. Uh, welcome to Mogul Moves Weekly. As you guys know, covering everything from box office buzz to industry power plays and all things Mogul by Movie Pass. My name's Luigi, the host of the show, and I'm joined today by Josh. Say hi, Josh.
Hey guys.
All right, let's jump into it. Our first segment here. Let's talk about this weekend. I know we have a bit to cover because, we missed last week. You guys didn't miss us too much, but let's just jump into it. We got Wicked, we got all the things. Go for it, Josh.
Yeah, it was sort of a blended weekend between uh, last weekend, this weekend, and Thanksgiving in between. Um, let's see. Wicked, I mean, obviously we'd been talking about that for weeks leading into it. Uh, it underperformed a little bit compared to the some of the like high end long range forecasts I saw. Like 176 was the highest. 155 is what I saw going into opening weekend. It ended up doing around 147 million, which is still crazy, obviously. So I think if you were holding Wicked last weekend, you probably did really well on that. Wicked plus, all of the cast, I think was a good choice. Um, Rental Family was one that you had kind of been hyping up, and
Yeah.
I think you were kind of right on that one. It did about what it was forecasted. The latest forecast I saw for it was about 3.8 million. It did 3.3. So not overperforming in a big sense, but I feel like it got a good amount of buzz and really good reviews. And I think it's one that will kind of linger for the next couple of weeks just because it had some good traction off the bat. Um, that same weekend, Sisu, the Sisu sequel, also released Sisu Road to Revenge. Similarly, it did 2.4 opening weekend. I don't think anything was going to do anything too crazy going up against Wicked. Um, and then this last weekend, Zootopia 2, latest forecast I saw was around 101 million. It did about 96.8, so pretty spot on. Seeing the forecasts coming in this or the actuals coming in this morning. Um, yeah, another one we've been talking about. I feel like it has kind of a wide net, and will
Yeah.
probably continue to do well through the holidays.
Yeah, I had this, I think, in the trending section about Zootopia, but I ended up removing it. But I guess in China, this was the biggest American release that they've ever seen.
Interesting. That's
And
that's kind of surprising.
and globally, it broke some record global. They always break records, whatever.
Yeah.
But there was a global record that it did break. And let me just read it
Yeah,
for you.
inflation has us breaking box office records every year now.
Global record Zootopia. So it's 556 million globally, which is a lot, like globally, right?
Yeah,
So
for it
I
to do
mean,
that much more over domestic, like 100 million domestic and 500 million global is pretty crazy.
right. So there's some formula or whatever that they had that like performed really well globally. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Is it like just like I think Stacey was saying like the balance of like it being for adults but also for kids, like
Yeah.
having kind of that dual storyline or dual audience. Anyway, so interesting stuff. I mean, like just because it doesn't, I mean, it did well here, but like it did really well in China, which
Yeah,
is
totally.
interesting. Our holdover, I think, is pretty clear, and this will be the holdover, I think, for a little bit, at least until Avatar comes out. Wicked for Good, which I've seen twice, so perfect.
You didn't see Zootopia 2, did you?
No, I'm not really a Zootopia fan.
Yeah,
I'm a little too old.
yeah, I feel like I saw the first one maybe a couple years ago. Like, yeah, it didn't really like grab me when it came out. I think it'll
Yeah,
be close for holdover between Wicked and Zootopia, but I suspect, and we'll probably get into this later, that Wicked is going to hang on better for the next couple weeks, probably all the way through the holidays.
I think
Um,
so too.
Zootopia.
Yeah, I think so too. Then we have this week's mover, which we identified this morning as Hamnet. Huge awards buzz for this movie. Everybody's freaking out, going apeshit over it. I think like Chloe Zhao, where everyone's kind of excited for what she has to offer, and then you pair that with like a person like Paul Mescal, and who is the woman in this? I actually
Jesse
don't know.
Buckley.
Jessie Buckley, yes. Of
Yeah,
course.
I don't know if Gretchen saw it, but our CEO and COO this morning were talking about how much they loved it and also how it's like an immediate contender for Best Picture.
Yeah, the online chatter about it is that it's like a little too long, but aren't all like awards sort of
I think it's like
position movies? They're always long.
two
Yeah,
hours.
exactly. Yeah.
It had a limited release this weekend. Um, it did 880,000 on a limited release, which is pretty strong, I would say. So,
Hmm.
um, wide release this week. If you guys are looking forward to that, it will probably be in a theater near you.
Yeah, and let us know in the chat. We obviously are sharing our opinions here, but if you disagree, if you agree, if you want to talk shit, you can always ping in the chat. If you have any questions, chat. I see people agreeing about Wicked, Ariana Grande, and then someone said they bought Boganti. I don't know what that is.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what that is?
How's it spelled?
Boganti. Boganti. Can you, if Boganti movie? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's a Bollywood movie. Got it. Okay.
Mm,
Cool. Clued into the Bollywood movies. Amazing. We should start a Wait, we should do a segment that's dedicated to Bollywood. Whenever
yeah,
there's
we
a
track.
upcoming Bollywood.
Yeah, MoviePass has a pretty strong Bollywood cohort. So we track Bollywood releases pretty closely. I'd say like uh, we like over-index tracking that compared to
Yeah.
like the general domestic market. So it would be pretty easy for us to do some coverage. It's been kind of early October, there were some big releases. End of October, there was some. It's been kind of quiet since then on that front, but I think there's one obviously coming that we'll have to keep our eye on.
Yeah. I mean, I would think a lot of the Mogul people, especially the people that joined over this weekend. I know a lot of people joined in from India specifically, so it would be interesting to like include a section that's just dedicated to Bollywood.
Yeah,
We'll
totally.
definitely look into that. Thank you, Pilu. Where am I at? Oh, here we go. Oh, we are at the next segment, which is pick, hold, drop. We're sharing what our pick, our holds, and our drops are for the week. Josh, you can start us off. Because I probably
Um,
just agree with you.
I think we will probably be similar on sell hold. Um, the buy for me this week is Five Nights at Freddy's. I think it's the box office numbers are looking pretty strong early for it. The number I'm seeing is like 41 million, which is
Hmm.
as someone who has like no connection with the lore or the franchise, it's a little crazy to me. I don't totally understand who the audience is, but there obviously
Hmm.
is one, and it has like this strange cult following. So
Yeah.
that's my pick for the week, and it's kind of going up against some smaller releases. So I think it's probably the one that's most likely to overperform.
Yeah. I think
Um,
for that's your pick, right? You said.
yeah, pick.
My pick this week is going to be Hamnet. I just think like there's going to be, you know, there's a lot of award buzz. So depending on how this factors into award season, like if we're still scoring towards award season, then there's another chance for us to really get more points at the end of the season, depending on how it works. So we don't know yet how it's going to work, guys. So that's why it's my hold. Or sorry,
Um,
my pick.
yeah, I am. I think I'm holding Wicked this week. Um, I think that's like going to be a pretty safe choice, probably for the next couple of weeks, like you said, until Avatar kind of clears out some of its dollars. Um, I'm
Mhm.
holding Wicked, and I think I'm dropping Zootopia 2. I feel like Zootopia 2 had a really strong weekend, but I feel like it's going to fall off more sharply than Wicked. I think Wicked is kind of gonna linger around pretty strongly, like all the way through the new year.
I 100% agree with everything you just said, and I would add that Zootopia will fall off because kids are not off.
Yeah,
And
true.
so like that's when they had a strong showing this weekend because they were all off. They needed something to do. That's my take on it. But I agree.
Yeah.
Hold Wicked and drop Zootopia. Okay, cool. Moving on. Love it. I love when we agree. There's a there's some trending topics right now on social media and in the movie culture world, as obviously we're always keeping our fingers on the pulse. In this case, six fingers. This is Michelle Yeoh doing what is now a very viral uh, interview answer slash now, global meme where she takes the letters MM for Madame Morrible and then she goes, flip it around, Wicked Witch. And then she cracks up at herself like it's the funniest thing she's ever seen. People are, it's so funny to watch. Like the internet is so insane the way that people are remixing this and like making it their own. I just love when culture regurgitates itself and like when it coincides with something as huge as Wicked, it's just magical. Like you can't buy that kind of press. And like last year they had that with the holding space moment with that like one like lesbian interviewer, like reporter who did that with them. And now we have something great from an Oscar-winning artist who like whose career is now being sort of, diluted and and turned into this viral meme. I kind of love it. I mean, what's not there to love about that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's pretty memeable. I feel like at this point she's like universally beloved. So like
Exactly.
kind of the perfect person to kind of carry the memes for Wicked, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Really quick. Looking at looking at the chat, what they meant was Bugonia, not Bugon whatever I said earlier, Boganti. Which now I'm like, is this even a movie that I just mentioned? No. It's Bogon is the name of the movie, and that came out a while ago.
Regardless,
Whatever.
still a good tip.
So yeah, so good.
Look in some
You know
more
what?
Bollywood.
That's fine. The next topic, oh shoot, sorry, fast forwarded. Next topic I wanted to bring up was the Marty Supreme rollout. The marketing of this movie is truly insanity. Like they started off and launched with an 18-minute Zoom call with Timothy Chalamet, which was like a staged marketing call with like a team of people. I can only assume was like supposed to be an agency. They then dropped a clothing line, which you can see was done by I believe the person in the middle with that ping pong in the middle is Timothy Chalamet, and then the two on the sides are like bodyguards wearing the jacket that he created, which was then seen on none other than Frank Ocean, who literally is never in the public eye. I just,
Odd Future is wearing Supreme once again.
yeah, it's like it's really crazy. It's like really odd. Like they must just be friends. Like they must just
Yeah,
be
they
friends,
must
and
be.
they just like he was like, hey, can you do this thing? That's how all this stuff happens. Like people think, and I mean, it's strategic, obviously, but and then top it all off with what was essentially, I think it was like five or six different orange blimps flying around the United States. That same Marty Supreme on, or maybe it's just Marty. I actually can't see. No, it says Marty Supreme on them. Anyway, big rollout for this movie. It's coming out on Christmas. I think this is Timothy's way of being like, I need the Oscar. Like this is an Oscar campaign.
Yeah, he's taking it seriously.
Yeah, because he was, I think, not happy with how last year turned out for him.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, he wants it.
yeah.
Yeah, if you guys didn't see the original video and you like Timmy, go watch it. It's very entertaining. Has a lot of iconic moments. And yeah, I guess orange is the color of the season. I actually picked up the orange iPhone. I had totally
Oh, you
forgotten about
did?
this. Uh,
Oh, nice. Bold.
I'm supporting Marty Supreme.
Love it. Uh, the next topic that I wanted to talk about was sort of there's a push for an integration between gaming and movies, and as we all know, that's always interconnected. Like this is how culture is, right? Music, movies, literature, social media, all of it kind of comes together. But in this case, it's really intentional. Fortnite is doing or releasing a short film that coincides with the release of uh, the Kill Bill what's it called? The Kill Bill re-release in theaters.
Yeah, the whole
And
bloody
th
affair.
exactly. So Kill Bill is re-releasing in theaters along with a short film being released within the Fortnite ecosystem. This is a short film called Yuki's Revenge, and it is chronicling the sequel to what happens after Bill is obviously dead, and Yuki, who is actually the sister of Gogo, who was, if you guys remember, the Lucy Liu character's bodyguard, kind of like schoolgirl outfit. She was really
Mhm.
iconic,
Yeah.
has also been memed everywhere, I feel like. This is the sister's revenge story. So the sister coming after Beatrice for killing her sister. I'm interested in just watching this by itself because I love Kill Bill, as I think I mentioned in previous calls.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Kill Bill lends itself really well to like the like side story, additional lore kind of stuff.
Hmm.
The fact that it's tied in with Fortnite is kind of crazy, but I mean, it will be fascinating to see.
100%. Anyway, it's exciting. Like I said, like I mentioned, part of a greater integration between film and Fortnite. There is an entire sort of style sequence that is very Avengers Endgame focused. There are characters from Iron Man, Superman, Godzilla, Transformers, Ninja Turtles, Mortal Kombat, etc. It all kind of comes together, as well as some characters from Back to the Future, which is kind of cool. Fortnite is really crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
crazy. Love it or hate it. It's still a phenomenon.
yeah. Let's jump into the polls. The latest three polls that I want to cover. This first one, will Chris Nolan continue to be the highest paid director globally in 2026? 99% of you say yes, 1% say no. I think that's probably the truth, given what the Odyssey comes out next year. Like,
Yeah.
probably made a lot of money on that and
Yeah.
going to continue to make money. So that, I mean, a huge landslide. Funny enough, all of these polls are quite a landslide. The next one, will there be an F1 sequel announced by the end of the year? 99-ish% of you say yes. 1.2% say no. I'd be excited to see that. And
I
then
think this
finally,
Yeah, this is the one at 99% that I was more surprised by them announcing a sequel that early, but interesting that people feel so strongly.
I know by the end of the year, I'm like, do we need
This
one?
one makes more sense.
This one makes more sense. People are really waiting for this. Like,
Yeah, totally.
I mean, yeah, it's the best, maybe one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time, right? So part three of the Black Panther, will it get an official announcement by end of year? We've seen official announcements here and there. Ryan Coogler confirmed that he was going to be directing, but like, has Disney made an official announcement with a poster with what's this going to be about? We haven't seen that yet. So I'm waiting for that. That's what we mean by official announcement. Has Disney himself, who's the name of the Disney guy? The
Bob
guy,
Iger.
Bob Iger. I want Bob Iger on a stage with a poster that says that this is what Black Panther is going to be about.
We need it.
All right, we got some leaderboard shout outs. To the left of this is the last leaderboard that we covered, and then to the right is where we're at right now. Congrats to Procop who wiggled your way to first place.
Yeah, nice work.
Um, yeah, and we have Plum Pixie now in second. That means Hollywood really dropped off, huh? Hollywood just decided to not be part of the game
They're
anymore.
busy for the holidays.
Yeah. And then we got Enchanted Phoenix, SJ Studios, and Moriar Invictus in the third, fourth, and
Yes.
fifth place, respectively.
some new names in there. So
Yeah.
again, if you're hovering, keep playing, keep listening, keep making moves, and maybe you'll be in the top five next week.
No, I hope. Yeah, yeah. Good luck, guys. If you want to be part of the beta, it's still open. There's not a ton of game time left. So head to mogulgame.moviepass.com if you want to be part of the beta. And we will see you on Thursday.